they got toots across the street and pimps in the yard and all that, and you know, the lot lizards trying to get with the truck drivers. So they have a right to defend themselves when they feel like they're being assaulted. You know, I'm about to call the police. I'm about to call the police, and y'all need to come on, because they talking about calling the police. And if you want to ride back, you need to come on, because I ain't doing none of this, because it ain't got nothing to do with me, baby. I am just a driver. But when you're young and you a hot head and you turn, you do not give a damn. You will lose your shit just because. It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hey, I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to come back and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber or returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm hoping you enjoyed today's video. I know y'all are here for a story time, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. But before we get to that, y'all go ahead, drop down below in the comment section, leave a hey girl, hey, what's up big sis? All comments are welcome and greatly appreciated. Just make sure y'all keep them respectful. So as you all have seen the title, you have an idea of what this story is going to be about. So family, let's get to that story. Today's story time, I will be giving y'all a story about my Uber driving experience. Like I've mentioned before in other videos, I made a playlist section called I side quested a little too hard as an Uber driver, something of that nature. Y'all be sure to check those story times out, the prior ones that I've done. And this is one of those story times, y'all, because there's always some crazy situations. I mean, I don't be really having terrible experiences with riders, but I've had some weird, funny ones, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've had maybe one where I felt like, you know, my life might have been in danger. Maybe two. Well, you know, I just feel like they were just up to no good, basically. But, you know, ultimately, man, God takes care of his own people. I'm just saying, I feel like God takes care of me. We just gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say nobody is not for God. God don't have a people. I'm not gonna get that deep into it. But let's just say, you know, I haven't necessarily had any that I feel like I was in, well, I take that back. I've had maybe one or two where I feel like I may be in a little danger for real. You know, people just be doing weird stuff, and so it makes you think that. And then again, it could not have been that. It could have just, you know, been my natural survival instinct wanting to kick in and keep my guard up, because you just never truly know for real what people are capable of doing. But anyway, so this particular story time is about these two girls that I picked up to take to them, basically go get food, y'all. They were trying to go get food. And so I was out this particular night. I don't think I had any reserve rides. I was actually aimlessly wandering around. Now the thing with that is, you never know for real what type of people you're gonna pick up in what area. And at least with the reserves, I know most of those are people going to a job, or you know, they're going to the airport. Those usually the reserve rides I normally have. But yeah, but this particular night, like I said, I was aimlessly wandering around, just picking up random people, whatever. Didn't really have anybody too crazy. I was in a certain neighborhood in most point in time. Well, I'm gonna say a certain part of the city for most of the time, but in between that, I had picked up this one ride in what we call South Memphis. Y'all, I'm not afraid to go anywhere in my city for real, for real. I just know to be a little bit more cautious in certain areas, because people just weird as hell, crazy. They want to play crazy. I don't know, but yes, y'all. So I try not to let a certain area deter me from making money for real, because a lot of times those areas where most people are afraid to go is paying out the most money. Like, it's surging really high, and you know, it's paying a good amount of money. And what's crazy is a lot of passengers I pick up, they say the men that drive overnight be the most afraid ones. They be afraid to pick people up. That is so crazy to me. Like, I don't know, you would think men would be brave, but then, I don't know, you know. It's a lot of women that be out driving, because, you know, I've seen some of the same, I see the same women that be out when I be out, you know, when I do run into some of the other drivers, and, you know, it's a lot of us out there, surprisingly. And so now I see they have this feature where they have women drivers only. Like, you can select a woman driving you, which honestly, you can't always think that's safe either, because you don't know. You just never know what people are up to. But this is not a story time about the safety of women drivers. This is a story time about these two young girls I picked up in South Memphis. And y'all, let's just say, like I said, I was hesitant at first, like, do I want to get them? Because I've picked up in the area before, and I don't know, for some reason the people over here, they just be taking too long, or for one, they don't tip. I mean, these people are not obligated to tip you on these rides, but honestly, you be looking forward to them sometimes, because it's times where I be getting great tips, you know, 30 and up, you know, and then I know if I go to this particular part of the city, these folks ain't finna do that no way. And not only that, it just always be, oh, can you take me here? You know, they want to add on an additional stop. And honestly, I do not like that. You know, I don't like when you got an additional, because I don't choose the double stops. Like, they show you that it's going to be multiple. I don't necessarily choose those stops because it's not really worth it to me. Now, what I have gotten to doing is, when they get in my car and, you know, I got a little time, I don't mind if I'm feeling a good mood, they're like, can you take me here and there? And depending on the distance, I would take them, because it's going to make them, the pay go up. And I ain't gonna lie, like, it's times where they want to stop right there by the house. I may do it. It ain't really gonna pay me nothing, you know what I'm saying? But them adding on their ride really ain't gonna pay me shit either. So I try to be like, nah, I got a reserve ride. I can't do it. But if I know you're gonna go a little distance, I definitely would take you, because it's gonna take time. But anyway, so yeah, I get the girls, and like I said, they take their little precious time coming out there. Then I noticed that they wanted to go to a Subway. Now, mind you, it's Subways nearby where they're going, but some of those are closed. But it's one particular Subway that I know for a fact, like, well, I'm moving too fast. So yeah, it's one particular Subway that is very close to where they were. But I'm guessing I don't know. I just don't know why they picked this other one, because the one that they picked was a little further. And I'm not sure why they picked that one. Maybe they go to that one often and they like the, you know, honestly, all Subways are different. Like, depending on the people that's working inside of it, the customer service is going to be different. The way they prep their food is going to be different. Y'all know, if you eat out, you dine out, you go to fast food, you go to whatever place, the locations don't necessarily be the same. You know, it's the same company, but that don't mean the service and the food quality is going to be the same thing. So I'm guessing maybe they want to go over here for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe. I just don't know, because I'm looking like, damn, this is a little far. But I'm noticing these other ones nearby that wasn't quite closed yet, so we could have went to those. I don't know. Maybe they had some situations at the other ones. And so we get to this Subway, y'all. And they had placed, they placed their order and everything online. So we get over there, and the lady... So first some guy was like, we about to close. Y'all came too late. She was like, no, hold up. Okay, let me get this girl name. We're gonna call her, what we call these girls? We're gonna call them Kayla and Shayla, basic. So Kayla was the older one, and Shayla, well, I don't know, they could have been the same age. It don't really matter. Honestly, I don't even think I really need to get them a name, y'all. Because they pretty much, I don't really think I need to get these girls a name. I don't know. We're just going to say Kayla and Shayla. If I mention that, then I mention their names. If not, I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm going to ever really talk about them again, y'all. Then again, I don't know. I may. No, you know. Yeah. Because one of those girls I definitely run into again. So I'm going to say Kayla and Shayla. I'm going to say Kayla because Kayla was the main culprit. I may mention Shayla. So yes, Kayla, Kayla was the one like, no. We placed the order online and we did call y'all and y'all said y'all was going to stay open and we just recently talked to you. Now, I don't know how long ago that they really talked to these people for real. They could have really talked to them. But like they took so long to come out to me. They probably been ordered their food and the folks probably was like, forget that. So the lady was like, no, y'all, we didn't get it or so. I don't know exactly what the conversation was, but I definitely heard Kayla saying that no, we placed the order online. Like I heard her saying this. Like I had my window down and like I said, they were standing by the door because the people, like they didn't want to let them in there. So, you know, I didn't hear what the lady said, but I heard her say like, you know, no. And then these people in this particular Subway, I believe they're of Indian descent or something of that nature. They're definitely that. I'm noticing a lot of them are in those locations. Well, when I was eating Subway, I would notice a lot of them were in Subway. But anyway, so yeah, they're in the Subway and she's going back and forth with this lady. Next thing I know, Shayla hauls off and pushes this woman. Like, would you fix my goddamn food? I called the food, I paid for the food. And honestly, they must have bought this food on, like, I don't know. I've never done it. They might have paid for their food online, because she was saying something like, I paid my money to give me my money. Y'all, my MF and money. Y'all, I'm trying so hard not to curse on here. I told you I'm trying my best not to curse on my channel, so it may slip out. Just try this in my head, not my heart. Anyway, so yeah, she's like, you gonna give me my MF and money back? I called this order in. We paid. So they going at it. She didn't haul off and push this dang on woman, and they going back and forth with her. And at this point, the guys that was in there started coming around the corner. There's some other lady in there, and they trying to pull the lady back in the store, because at this point they outside the store. She didn't push the lady. Kayla didn't push this lady, and so dude's like, I'm about to call the police. And I'm up here dying laughing, because I'm like, oh my god, this is really happening. Now the thing I should have done was like, y'all need to come on, or I'm gonna leave y'all. Like, it took me a minute to say that, because y'all, I was just too in shock. Like, these folks she really pushed that lady. And so when Shayla saw these people coming, I'm guessing they thinking that they was finna jump on the girl. So now, y'all, these folks are in a full-out brawl. Like, it just happened so damn fast. I'm like, I cannot believe these people is fighting these folks. So I'm like, oh my god. I was like, y'all need. So now it's registering me. Damn, I can't get my words. So now it's registering to me like, this is really happening. And I'm like, y'all either need to stop what y'all. I said, y'all need to come on, because they talking about calling the police, and if you want to ride back, you need to come on, because I'm about to go. I ain't got no parts of this. I'm just the driver. But honestly, I didn't want to leave, because they had a reverse ride, a return around ride. So, like, like I said, they booked the ride, and then they was going to come back. And so it was a situation like that. Like I said, normally I don't like to do those type of rides. Multiple stops, but they ride was a turnaround. I did see it once I got them. So like I said, that ride was paying pretty good. And so I went on and got it, whatever. And then it's late night. It is a lot of drivers out, but like I said, people, I don't think we want to go to that area, because I kept seeing that ride pop back up, because the first time I didn't select it. So I kept seeing it pop back up, and then when it kept coming back up, the higher it got, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get that ride, because, yeah, anybody getting this. But anyway, so yes, these folks are having a full-out brawl with these people. I'm like, y'all need to come on. I'm about to go. They called the police. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I was like, y'all are crazy as hell. I'm laughing the entire time, because this stuff happened so fast. I can't believe that these girls really fought these folks, and basically y'all done assaulted these employees. But come to find out, truth being told, the cashier, like the lady, attitude was so nasty, for real. The way she came in the beginning, like, the attitude was there. And so, somebody get an attitude with you, and you got an attitude, you gonna get one right back. Like, bitch, I can do the same thing you doing. What's up? And so that's the vibe it gave. But honestly, the lady had pushed the door, like they was standing. One of them was standing in the door. Shayla was standing in the door. Both of them was standing like in the door. And so she was like trying to like push them up out the door or something like that. So I think that's why Kayla hit her, because you done basically put your hands on one of them. You done basically put your hands on them. So they have a right to defend themselves when they feel like they're being assaulted. They feel threatened. So that's how that happened. Because, they get in the car and they tell them what's going on. I'm seeing it, but I can't really see what's happening in front of them, because they kind of like tall girls. And so I couldn't really see this lady, because I knew she was there, because I saw her walking, and I saw when they was talking, when it was just Shayla, one of them, y'all. Kayla. The taller one, the darker one. Like, she was a little bit older than the other girl. They could have been the same age. But anyway, so it don't really matter. So yes, so I saw the little lady. Lady's probably around by my height, y'all. I'm 5'3". So this lady probably around by my height, and these girls damn near 6 feet or whatever. So they ain't 6 though. They tall though, but I don't think they 6 feet enough. They definitely want that though. But yeah, so they sitting up talking crazy lady. She done push, they done push. They fighting these folks, men and women. I ain't doing none of this because it ain't got nothing to do with me, baby. I am just a driver. But like I said, I'm sitting there. I don't want to leave them because, baby, I want my coins. But I could end this ride right here. But anyway, so yes, eventually they come on. They ran up, getting up in the car. I don't know if the police came or not. I don't really know what happened at the end of that situation, y'all. But I'm in the car down laughing. I was like, y'all are crazy as hell. Why did y'all fight that lady? Why did y'all jump on that lady? And they explained to me about everything going on. Like, that ain't how it happened. She put her hands on us first. And, da, 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 da. And so I'm like, so what y'all want to do? You know, I don't know. I was like, y'all are crazy as hell. But what I ended up doing was I said, you know what, y'all? I looked up another subway because, like I said, I knew it was another one that was possibly open. I just started looking at other subways because I really felt bad for them in the city, especially if they paid their money. And these folks took their money and weren't trying to get them. It didn't say nothing about no refund. I don't think I heard nothing about no refund, like, or they canceled it, another. And they probably did cancel it, but because the conversation from the beginning was just so, I don't even know the word. It was so, I don't know, y'all. I can't think of what I'm trying to say right now, but I mean, the attitude, the bad customer service was there from the beginning, and so like I said, that's why I say it spiraled so fast because the attitude from the cashier lady was just there from the beginning, and you know I don't want to bring in race or nothing like that to it, but honestly, the Indian women that I've seen around. Not necessarily they've done it to me, but I've seen where they just have this nasty attitude towards other people of color, like, and then the crazy thing is, these be the darkest of Indian women. It's like they hate their own skin tone, like they hate their own complexion. Like, you look like me, sis. But anyway, I digress. But yes, the attitude was nasty, like, from the beginning. I did pick up on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the tone. She could have explained them better than how she did it. Like, you ready to go, sis? I understand, but damn, you gotta do all that. You could have just said we canceled our order because they could have canceled it so the girls can get their money back. So I don't really know what happened beyond that for real. But I ended up finding another subway, like the one I told y'all earlier. It was at this truck stop. So I don't know if they didn't want to go to this truck stop or what. Or they just assumed it was closed. I was like, no. The truck stop locations, if they have a restaurant, it usually stay open a little bit later because of the amount of traffic that it's getting. So they're gonna generate a certain amount of income. So, and at this particular one, if you know our city, then you might know this Love's truck stop I'm talking about. Y'all, they got toots across the street and pimps in the yard and all that, and the lot lizards trying to get with the truck drivers. All of that commotion is going on, and it definitely was going on when I took them up there. And like I said, I took them up there because their ride was a little bit longer because I just sat here and watched these folks fight this lady and these employees, and I took them around there. They in there for a damn near good 20 minutes. I'm like, what are these girls doing? But mind you, when they got out, I had got out too because I was like, oh, I need to go to the restroom, and I actually had grabbed me something to eat. Like, they be making like these little roller they ain't hot dogs. They like, I can't remember what they're called, but they are really, really good. It's like some type of meat and cheese, and they spice. They got different flavors. I got some of those because I was like, I want something to eat, but I ain't want no like fast food, but that's kind of there, but I ate that. So yes, I grabbed some of those, and again, I just sat in the car. I did all of that, went to the restroom, got me some food, got me something to drink. Them girls still over at that Subway. And I'm guessing they were just around the store looking for other little things like that. I mean, my thing is, I don't blame them because if I know I don't have a vehicle and I don't want to pay for another Uber ride, I would definitely be getting all that I can out of a particular store because, I don't know who all they had to feed. But y'all, that shit was so funny. It happened so fast. I'm like, oh my goodness. And she was like, girl, we thought you ain't thought I was gonna do nothing. I was like, why would you think that I would come jump in y'all fight? Y'all started that crazy crap with that woman. It was like, no, we didn't do anything. She put her hand on us first. She put her hand on us. I said, I don't really know what really happened for real. I said, I did know that she had a nasty attitude, but I didn't see nobody hit nobody. And like I said, them girls were tall. I couldn't really see anything anyway. And it's very possible that she did hit them first, but man, they demeanor, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think they hit that lady first. I don't really know. I don't really care. It's just funny as hell. But like I said, a lot of the stories, a lot of my rides don't necessarily be nobody trying to do anything to me. These people just be out here. They don't give a care in the world. They crazy as hell. And they just be turning the hell up. And And I know I should have been like, forget y'all wrong. But baby, it was funny as hell. I don't think I seen no fight in so long. But I don't know. If them folks called the police for real, and them girls on camera, they could have definitely probably got some jail, court time. I don't know. Some probably happened. If they call the police for real and they press charges and show them the camera footage, them girls probably some hot water. I don't know if they got warrants. I don't really know. Don't really care. But like I told y'all, I did see this girl another time, the girl Kayla, but it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with that situation or like that. Yeah, it had nothing to do with that situation or like that. And I didn't realize that it was her. So after I had got over there, I picked her up because it was, like I said, it was the same location. And then I picked her up, and then I seen her face, or she said something. She was like, "I think I had you before," or something like that. Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna stop this right here. I know this is not a long story time. I never really give y'all long story times. I just had to tell y'all about a time that I side quested a little too hard as an Uber driver with some crazy young chicks from South Memphis. Baby, they just did not give a damn. It was funny as hell to me though. They could have. I can't even words out, y'all. They could have been the bigger person and just walked the hell away. But when you're young and you a hothead and you turn, you do not give a damn. You will lose your shit just because. But luckily the police weren't around for real, and their ass would have went to jail, baby. But the thing is, I would have had to give a statement, and I ain't trying to be no witness to none of that. That's another one of the that's the main reason I was ready to go. I'm like, I'm not trying to be stuck here. I don't need y'all messing up my money because if the police came for real, I was gonna have to be stuck here as a witness to all that, baby. I ain't got time for that. So I'm thinking about me and my safety, and you know, me not getting caught up in something I have nothing to do with it, baby. I am just a driver. I don't know what happened. I ain't seen nothing, don't know nothing, baby. No. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna stop this video right here. I hope y'all have a wonderful Christmas. By the time y'all see this video, it'll probably be after Christmas when I uploaded it, because you know, I'm just trying to spend time with my family or whatever. And yeah, y'all, it is currently the day before Christmas Eve. But like I said, I got a lot I need to do. But like, I'm gonna be spending time with my family. I got a lot of things I need to do to prepare for Christmas Day. And I know I'm just not going to sit down and be editing a video. I know I'm not. I'm gonna be a little behind with that. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you stayed for the duration, thank you for my new subscribers. Welcome. I hope that you continue to tune in and stay subscribed. Thank you for my OGs. Thanks for all the love, the comments, the time y'all spent here. Your girl has finally made it to 1,000 subscribers. I've been on this platform for a little minute. I was consistent in one while, then I stopped, but I come back and I've uploaded at least one video every week, at least one. It was times when I came back and I first started back, I would upload twice a week, but you know, life be happening. We do have things we have to do outside of YouTube, money to be made, jobs, lives, family, whatever it is. Sometimes you just don't have time to do it. But coming up in the new year, I do plan on bringing you at least 2 videos a week. It may not be a story time. I mean, one may be a story time, one may be something else. So your girl is trying to get back into her blogging, man. You know, something I used to do, or just giving you just random content. I do plan on doing that. And again, thank y'all for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. The next goal is to get me to 5,000. And that may be a journey that I'm hoping it's not going to be as long as this one. But I do appreciate y'all. Also, make sure y'all continue to hype my videos, because that has really helped push me out there a little bit more. For those that do not know that I exist. People didn't even know I was around. But now they do. Anyway, y'all, have a great holiday, Christmas Day. I'm sure I'll see y'all before New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And again, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.